Hi, and welcome to your Wellness Wednesday video. The flower essence that came up today came up under the word shame, and it's the flower essence of pine. And what pine helps with is people who um, are really good at self-blame and self-criticism, and they blame themselves for everything pretty much. It's they've taken on what's happened is they have learned to take on dysfunction as being their fault. So from a young age, they had dysfunction in the family, and it doesn't have to be huge dysfunction, but just like arguments, things like that. They've taken it on as it's their fault or their responsibility. It also ties into our cultural beliefs of the original sin, and it definitely ties into our addiction to pain and suffering as a collective again, because that conditioned beliefs of the original sin, which definitely emphasizes that punishment kind of or blame, really, guilt and shame over love and forgiveness. And so, what Pine helps with is to be self forgiving, self accepting, and to just be easier on yourself. It's a beautiful offering from the flowers today. And if you are working through some generational or conditioning around things being your fault, if you are someone who self judges quite a bit, we all do to some extent, but if you are someone who takes things way out of proportion, that's a very different energy than accepting that you have less strength in things or weaknesses, if you want to call them weaknesses. But this takes it a step further, and it is really that, like I said, self criticism, self judgment, all of those things where you take on the blame and you blame yourself for what's happening all the time, even when it's not your fault, even when you had nothing to do with it. Um, and this could be internally, or this could be, taking it on when you're talking to people, or it could just be, oh, it's my fault that person's having a bad day, or things like that. And these can be kind of really deeply ingrained and unconsciously, um, especially if that's where you pick that pattern up, is from soaking up the family dysfunction. So, this is a really great one for empaths who have learned to take on the energy of dysfunction or the energy of I can't think of another word for it, chaos or anything like that around them as being their fault, and internalized it as it's their fault. Um, so pay attention to your thoughts, because you might be surprised at how easily you take on other people's mishaps or circumstances and you blame yourself for it. Um, it can be really quite alarming how often we tend to do that, especially as empaths. And this can be a really limiting kind of behavior because, of course, if you are blaming yourself and criticizing yourself and judging yourself quite a bit, then you're not willing to put yourself out there. Why would you? Because you're already feeling like it's your fault and your things are never going to go right. And that's what pine really helps with. So, to call in the essence of pine, just take a deep breath, breathe into, I always say, breathe out your feet. And when you feel ready, repeat after me. I ask for the flower essence of pine to enter my energy fields, energy body, and physical consciousness with the help of the divine. I ask for the flower essence of pine to assist me with self acceptance, self forgiveness, and the freedom to move forward despite past mistakes. I ask for the flower essence of pine to manifest, to integrate, and to stabilize. And wherever you feel the energy, just put your hands there and then say and stabilize. Beautiful essence, beautiful offering for those who are working through some layers of shame and guilt, um, and are who are carrying energy that's not theirs and doesn't belong to them, and a really good essence for people who are really self-critical, and blame themselves quite a bit and shame themselves quite a bit for that. Call it in as many times as you feel. And if you would like to dive deeper into a healing session with the essences and myself, why not try a soul alignment session where I work with the essences, both flower and gem, and the acupressure points in the body to guide you on your soul's journey and what your soul wants you to know. If you have any questions, please reach out. Although I won't be available for the next couple of weeks as I'm taking a holiday. In the meantime, I wish you much love and take care.